Up there we go. All right, so we are back with Chuck Manto on the EMP SIG, and this is our second segment on this update. Go ahead, Chuck. Take it away.
Sure. So what we did last week, we had actually a series of meetings from October 3 through October 6, where we actually looked at three different scenarios of a solar storm, where it was a low, a medium, or a high impact scenario. We did a high impact scenario October 3rd with National Defense University, where we also looked at the situation where if we had hardened, say, 100 key transformers around the country, and if different communities had protected themselves by making a certain amount of their own power with renewable energy, how much better might they be, if they had done that? Then we had the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory. We had a medium impact scenario where the storyline was, there's this nationwide power outage. We know it's pretty widespread. We're not sure how long it'll last. All we know is that no one's able to come help those of us who are in Maryland. So the folks in Maryland were on our own. And then the last one was a lighter case scenario where, the nation just had, a day-long blackout, and about 30% had the blackout for about a couple of weeks, and another 10% had 2 months or longer. So each of those were planned out, and on the 6th we had a conference where we brought all of those groups together. Each scenario grouping had a briefing to the group as a whole. The conference was led by Congressman Bartlett, who is one of the co-chairs of the EMP caucus. Yvette Clark from New York is another co-chair, and the end of the conference was completed by Congressman Trent Franks from Arizona, who's the third co-chair. Afterwards, we had an EMP SIG meeting, and the significance of the EMP SIG is that we have actually created a nationwide special interest group within InfraGard to look at this entire class of threat so that we will be better prepared at local communities to deal with it.
Hey, do me a favor, Chuck. Do you have a specific website that I can send people to?
Yes. Right now, there's the website that talked about these conferences and InfraGard. It's sustainingpeople.com with a dash or a hyphen between the words sustaining and people. So it's sustaining-people.com, and there's a paragraph or two about InfraGard and links to the official InfraGard documents so far.
All right, so I just put that up on our chat. We have the Net Doctor up on chat. He wanted to know the URLs that are science-based definitive EMP effects on urban metropolitan areas, and he wanted the EMP SIG's website as well. So if he goes to www.sustaining-people.com, he can find it.
Yes, and the other one will be, you'll probably be able to perceive a link to stop-emp.com. On that website, you'll find a lot of links to technical reports, scientific reports, engineering reports, and other material that you can download for free.
And was that stopemp.com?
With a hyphen between stop and EMP.
Okay, let me put the hyphen in, and I'll get that up there right now. Okay, it's up there.
Great. So, and the purpose of the SIG is very simple. I mean, as you know, every InfraGard group can create their own special interest group. But the purpose of doing this as a nationwide group is that we are looking to recruit the nation's top experts in various subject matter areas, not only in space, weather, and EMP, but each of the critical infrastructures as well. And then we'll also create a library of material that's been vetted that we'll put in the InfraGard repository. And the purpose of that is that when somebody wants to discuss this issue at the local level, and you want to make a presentation, you would have some material that you can count on as being accurate, reasonable, and accepted by the vast majority of experts in the field. The other reason for doing it is if you were going to have, say, a New York InfraGard meeting on this, and you wanted to talk to a leading solar physicist or a leading EMP expert or somebody from the utility industry, we would be able to have these folks on these special advisory boards or panels of experts. And we give them sort of notoriety by saying, you're a leading expert in the field, that's why we assigned you to one of these panels. But the condition is that these people are willing to serve local InfraGard chapters from time to time on a best efforts basis. And as you know, that could be very important because in a lot of us, we don't know all these different experts, and they don't know us, and it's hard to get people who don't know you to return your phone call or email. But if we can establish a group of people like this, they could become resources for each of the communities that InfraGard represents.
Well, what we would hope is that perhaps you would hook up with some of them for interviews, for further exploration on some of the topical areas, that we would get them on IGTV and then make this available so that people from around the country can tap into it either live or on demand later on, and so that we can start circulating some of this information, because we may have repositories of this brain trust throughout the country and not even know of it at any of the InfraGard alliances. So, by you doing this video and others, that's how we're getting the word out.
Yeah, I really much appreciate that. It's a great step forward. One of the things we did is we did take a total video of the session at Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab with the Maryland Emergency Management Agency on October 4.
Right.
We had a couple of videographers. We're going to edit that down so it could become usable, and we could share that with you as well. And we had some video of the October 6th conference as well. So we'll try to distill from that the most useful video and be able to share it with those who would like to see it.
Okay, well, that's all we have time for today, Chuck. I appreciate it. We're up on a hard stop here, but this has been very informative, and we hope we can have you back next month and you can give us an update of what's going on with the INMA EMP SIG, all right?
I would love to do it. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you once again, Chuck. I certainly appreciate it.